And that leads me to our next speaker, Renee Norris. She has a long time interest in addressing housing issues and preventing homelessness, and has worked on these issues in various roles, including as director of Greensboro Housing Coalition and currently eviction mediation and housing navigation coordinator for UNCG's Center for Housing and Community Studies. Ms. Norris, thank you for talking with us today about housing, how housing impacts so many areas of life. Welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share what it is that we do here at the Center for Housing and Community Studies under our eviction mediation program. Just the whole idea of housing and the impact that it has on everything in someone's life, their food insecurity, because people make a choice. I've got to pay my rent and before I can pay for more food for my children. You know, I have to decide that, you know, I'm not going to be able to be homesick, because if I miss a day, I will not be able to make my rent payment. So one of our goals here at the center is to help people who are challenged with housing issues from a variety of areas. It could be from rent being past due. It can be something as small as, not as small, but repairs needed in a home, but their landlord's not willing to do it. We're willing to step in as a mediator and talk to the landlord about the issues and provide resources to the individuals. So I guess I can share my screen to do our PowerPoint. Okay, so I sort of talked about who I am and where I work. And we'll talk about our mediation program first, which is what was developed to try to address issues so that people don't immediately go into the eviction court and have evictions appear on their records, which then make it so much harder for them to find housing. So what we do, it's a voluntary, informal process that we just bring two parties together so that they're able to discuss the issues. Discuss, you know, I'm past due on my rent. How am I going to address it? Is the property manager, landlord willing to agree to what I can do? If it's a repair issue, or if it's an issue where the person is having issues with the upstairs neighbor and doesn't feel like the landlord is responding to them. And we are here for tenants and landlords. And one of the things I just want to sort of stress is that we've been really active getting the word out to tenants and also out to landlords, because it'd be great if landlords would consider mediation before they immediately go to the courts and file for these eviction hearings. So many people are having a difficult time finding places to live or to move to because they have an eviction filing on their record, and they may not have actually, you know, been evicted as a result, but it's on their record. So one of our goals is to say, landlords, reach out to us first, use our mediation section to help resolve issues whenever possible. And one of the things that we found out is that it is absolutely a less stressful interaction for both the tenant and the landlord. Currently, we are doing clinics at the courthouse in Greensboro, and we're hoping to be able to expand to being at the courthouse in High Point. We're there one day a week so that we're there to provide information, opportunities for landlords and tenants to actually meet with the mediator and try to resolve the issue without the magistrate making a decision. And the program is free, it's confidential. We can do it by telephone, we could do it by face-to-face. I've mediated disagreements through email, whatever is necessary to reach a resolution. And one of the things as a mediator, you're totally impartial. We're not on the tenant side, we're not on the landlord side. We're on the side of people agreeing to what they think is best. And so there's no set agreement that I have. It's just would be whatever those two sides decide. And as part of our eviction clinic that we're at in Greensboro and hope to move into High Point Courthouse, we help people here at the center to apply for the Emergency Rental Assistance Program, which is through the Guilford County. One of the things that we have discovered in our outreaches in High Point and in Greensboro is that these applications are usually online. People have a difficult time actually doing these online applications. So what we will do is help them we'll collect the information, the documents needed from them, and then we will be the ones to go ahead and help them go through the application online. This program offers assistance. People are behind in rent and or utility bills. The program does up to 12 months worth of assistance. The main requirements, Guilford County resident, that you're behind in your rent. Well, you have to be behind in rent, but behind in utility payments. Rent, you can be current, but know you're going to have an issue going forward. It's usually a good idea to apply. And the household income has to be below 80% of our area median income. And this is a way we're hoping to get people at the very beginning of their delinquency to apply for this program so that we can avoid the eviction ever occurring, try to have them maintain their housing, and basically assist residents and the property owners to recover from the COVID pandemic, where so many people had a reduction in hours. They've had to leave work because they tested COVID positive and they're not being paid for their 2 weeks of quarantine. So we try to get that information out. And it just all goes to, this help in this program, it helps with the rent, but some of the side effects are that all of a sudden people have money to cover some of the other expenses that they have, like food, transportation. There are so many things. And the stress reliever, when they know that they're going to get this help, is invaluable. And these are just some of the things that are needed to apply. Proof of residency, which would be a copy of your photo ID and your lease. If your photo shows a prior address, your lease or rent ledger will show where you currently live. So those two things together are sufficient. Verification of household income. So if you're working, it's going to be 2 months worth of your most recent pay stubs. If you receive Social Security, disability, or unemployment, it's a copy of your award letter. If you do not have any income at this time, then you would simply write a statement that I do not have any income at this time and just sign and date it. And then one of the other things that there's questions asked about, what was your income in 2020? And if you have the copies of that tax return, the first 2 pages, that's fine. If you don't, your pay stubs will be sufficient to show what you've earned as far as this year is concerned. Then there may be the new system, you will have to have an email address and to register for the application out through the county. Again, if you don't have an email address, don't let that stop you. Reach out to us here at the center and we will work with you. We have graduate students, we have a housing navigator who all work to help people overcome these obstacles. We have had to meet people at their homes sometimes to get documents and take pictures of their ID. We've met people here by appointment to try to get information, whatever we need to do to try to make this easy for people to apply, we're willing to do it. And just one of the other things, I know I have this slide about the Emergency Rental Assistance Program. We also are helping people to apply for other benefits or resources so that there are homeowners or renters who have the conditions of their HVAC or there's electrical problems, and they want to apply for the programs that are available to help make those repairs. We will also help them to go through those applications. And then one of the last things I wanted to bring up, just that part of our program we have a Tenant Leadership Academy. And this program is for tenants to get a better understanding of how they become leaders in their communities. Right now, we're doing the Greensboro area, but we are expanding to High Point. So I wanted to share this with you. We meet here right now at the university, but it's a way for people to develop their own skills. There are so many leaders in the community already that maybe they had some more information about resources they can share with their fellow community members, or if they want to create a tenant association, these are the things that you can do. So I know this says Greensboro right now, but please, High Point residents, do remember that if you can make it here, we would love to have you here, and we do hope to expand into the High Point area very soon. And, I just want to say again, for the people that are here, we're really here to help in any way that we can. So many agencies, nonprofit, we have a lot of them, and they're great. They're so busy doing the work. We want to be here to help with those situations where somebody's going to need extra hand holding to actually get the information that you need. That you may say, you know what, maybe mediation will help here. So just remember us, reach out to me. And let me just go to, there's my information. Call me, email me. I've included Bruce Rich, is our Tenant Leadership Academy, and Stephanie Ledwell, who's our Housing Resources Navigator. But absolutely reach out to me. If you have any questions, concerns, if you need help, we will reply and try to direct you to the correct resource and help you in any way that we can.
Thank you, Ms. Norris.